At a time when city budgets are shrinking and there are fewer police officers on the streets, technology is bridging the gap.
Authorities are now using crime maps to find hotspots for illegal activity. New at 6, we sent Megan O'Rourke to find out where some of these areas are and how you can protect yourself.
It's not every day you see crime tape and cruisers, or maybe it is. The bottom line is some areas in our community are more prone to illegal activity than others. If I were to ask you, where do you feel most unsafe in the Dayton area, where would you say?
East Side, that's why I don't live there.
Lisa Baker lives in Mad River and thinks she has a good idea on what areas to avoid based on experience and word of mouth.
But authorities are using something much more technologically advanced than their eyes and ears.
Lieutenant Eric Henderson heads up Dayton PD's Strategic Planning Bureau, a group of officers and civilians responsible for poring over reports and analyzing data to help identify crime trends like time, states, and locations.
As soon as there's a pattern identified, we want to get that information out there for actionable intelligence.
Currently, the Eagle Ridge apartment complex and the historic Inner East neighborhood, including Huffman, are two hotspots in the city of Dayton. Both have seen a spike in burglaries over the last few weeks. As a result, police are targeting their enforcement on those areas.
But we know, for instance, hotspot policing reduces crime. So, it's called cops on the dots, right? Wherever there's a dot on the map to show there's intensity of activity, we need to have police officers deployed there.
It's a method that's working in Dayton and surrounding communities. Fairborn police say they recently identified the Fairborn Apartments as a hotspot.
We had officers that were in there and they were focused solely on dealing with people that should not be in there.
As a result, calls for service in that section of the city have dropped 22%.
And you can see clusters of them.
The Springfield Police Department recently teamed up with students at Wittenberg University to compile crime data maps. As a result, Lieutenant Brad Mose, who has a master's degree in crime analysis, says they've identified two sectors of the city that are frequent trouble spots, 309 and 402.
It's just the western end of Springfield along Main Street, north and south of that.
I went out to that area and what I found was boarded up abandoned homes and an officer patrolling the area.
And the officers actually have something called a hotspot check, where they'll go, they have the ability to put themselves out at that location on the computer and check it and make an arrest if they can, at least check the area and see what's going on.
Didn't know it was that bad when I first moved in. Till now.
Jennifer Nichols lives in the hotspot and says she isn't surprised that this area is getting extra police attention.
Tell me, what is this neighborhood like?
A lot of drug dealing. A lot of drugs going on.
But authorities are hopeful that technology may turn out to be one of their most effective weapons in combating future crime. And while some would argue the numbers don't reflect positively on portions of our community, for law enforcement, it's important information not only for police, but for the people who live and work in these areas.
My argument is a well-informed public is a better protected public because they can work with us and be alert for events in their community.
And we want to help keep you informed, so we've put a crime mapping feature on our website, WDTN.com, where you can easily find your community and the hotspot trends happening right now. Again, that's all on WDTN.com. Reporting live, Megan O'Rourke, 2 News.